Richie, I suppose a point on the road on Saturday, but 2 games without a win now, so obviously you kind of need to bounce back on Friday night against Cobh.
Yeah, definitely. Look, the game itself on Saturday wasn't probably a great spectacle. Probably looking at the result in that, it's probably one that you take the point, because obviously we weren't at it in terms of on the ball and that. I talked about that after, but positives for me probably with clean sheet again. That's 3 games now, and we've only conceded 1 goal. So that's the positive. Or probably a negative side, obviously, look, is that we got into good situations, but it was probably the final pass and final decision probably let us down.
Was it a bit similar, I suppose, to the Galway game in terms of, especially in the second half in the Galway game, you created chances and again just couldn't get it over the line into the goal?
I felt we played better against Galway with the ball. I felt we controlled it just a little bit more, obviously, because you're playing against 10 and all that. On the game, look, I'm not one obviously for excuses, but the pitch wasn't great on Saturday night, and I just felt at times is that probably that final bit was missing from us. Yeah, but look, as I say, it's one of those that you take the point and you go back down the road.
Obviously, it's 1 win from 3 now, 4 points from 3, and 2 back-to-back home games this weekend. They're really big games, aren't they? I mean, and they come in thick and fast this weekend.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great to have games at Turner's Cross doubleheader, as you say. Obviously, the Cork derby first. It's going to be a great game. There's always a bit of extra needle in that one, obviously, and then Waterford coming down on Monday, which will be another tough test. But look, we'll be ready.
How are you looking injury-wise ahead of the weekend, ahead of the 2 games? Obviously, Dylan McLeod, what's the update on him?
Dylan's got a tear in his medial ligament, so we're just waiting to see what the final decision is in terms of the recovery and that. It looks like probably at the moment, probably 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see how that goes, how he settles down the next week or so, But yeah, Dylan's out. James Duna is struggling with a groin injury at the moment as well, so that's probably disappointing, is that we brought in James obviously to provide competition on that side as well, so losing the 2 of them at one time is difficult, but look, we'll get on with it.
Well, Dylan's a loss in terms of goals, as has been seen. He got the hat-trick in the first game. He was banging in a few in pre-season as well, and he haven't scored since he's been injured, I suppose. So I mean, you need someone else to step up there really and start banging him in, don't you? Yeah,
definitely. I think that will come, though. I just think that at the moment it's just one of those kind of spells that where you look Keane Murphy put the ball in the net the other day, and I look back at it and he's onside, it's like, that little bit of luck as well, that 4-0 all draw becomes a good 1-0 win away, so it's just, look, that you take that as well. But look, yeah, there's goals in the team. There is goals in the team. I know Dylan was a big part of the break game and in pre-season and that, but look, we're just going to have to do without him for a while,
And you had 5,000 people in the cross for the Galway game. Obviously the Cork derby always gets a big crowd again, so you'd be encouraging the fans to come back out again. I know it's 2 games this weekend, so if you could get a similar crowd for both of those games, it'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Definitely. The fans are brilliant here, and the players live off that as well, when the fans are in and they're singing and that, and there's a great atmosphere inside Turner's Cross. It's great, obviously it's been new to some of the players and all that, but look, it's great, and to having 2 games like that is fantastic,
Richie, how do you view your points tally after 3 matches?
Obviously we wanted a little bit more, Trev, probably looking at it, but look, when you sit back and you take a step back from it, you look at it and you say, okay, probably 2 difficult away trips, and you're taking 4 points. The game against Galway is probably obviously disappointing to lose that. Performance wise, probably deserved a bit more out of that, but look, as I say, look, probably need to improve on the point side of it, but look, as you say, there's always games around the corner, so look, we'll look to bounce back,
Yeah, I suppose when you look at the overall picture, like 1 goal against and still 5 points dropped, it's kind of frustrating in that respect, isn't it? It
is, as you say, look, the goal the other night, as you look back at it, it says onside and all that, and look, Keith makes a great save at the end there as well from a header as well, They had a few opportunities as well, and I don't think Harry had a save to make, if I remember right, but it's it is a little bit disappointing that we don't have a couple more points on the board,
Yeah, and just looking back to 6 on the opening night, and then we haven't scored since. Like you were saying a while ago, I can't rely on the likes of Dylan McLeod, and Colin was saying early in the season that the goals will have to come from all areas, but that hasn't happened the last 2 years.
No, you get spells like that. You know, you're just hoping, as I say, that we get something goes in for us on Friday night, and next thing you're on a roll again. You know, so we just have to take it as it comes at the moment. As you say, I'd be more worried if we weren't creating chances. You know, in general play, obviously, look, we need to be better in terms of with the ball. I keep mentioning that. I keep stressing that. Is that look, there's a responsibility when the lads put on the jersey and that to go and perform. So look. Two great games to have at the weekend, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like we spoke as well, Richie, last about 12 months to derbies. We have 4 Cork derbies this year. Like the first, obviously, is Friday night. What do you expect? What do you expect from Cobh? Have you had them looked at this year?
I was actually down there Friday night as well, Trevor. I was at the game, very spirited, very organised. Darren has them organised down there. Like obviously we know a lot of lads would have been in here as well and that as well, but. Look, as I said, there's going to be a bit of needle in the game. I expect them Darren's team set up to play as well a bit, you know. So it's going to be an entertaining game for fans as well as a feisty one. Let's put it that way, you know.
Yeah, they defended well. Obviously, Friday night against a good treaty side who scored 5 in their opening night. So defensively, they look all right, and maybe another tough defence to break down. On Friday.
Yeah, exactly. No, we did some work now today and that, you know, and obviously, it's going to be another tough game and. Thing I always say, the first goal in games is always vital, you know, and if we can get the first goal, hopefully then the game will open up, you know.
Where's their biggest stretch, you think? We look to them.
Obviously Bennon's been in here before, you know. I've worked with Bennon closely in that, you know. I think Bennon's a good goal scorer. I think there, you know, you got the likes of the boy Drinan, and you got Danny O'Connell as well. They got pace as well, you know. So no, they're going to be well organised. Set pieces are always good for them as well, you know. So we're just going to have to defend properly again, you know.
Yeah. Obviously you're hopeful as well that this kind of game captures the imagination of this Cork soccer public, like, and you know, get out and see a really good lively game on Friday night.
Oh yeah, you can't beat it. I think after the last 2 years, Trevor, you know, people have been stuck at home, and you know, I think there's a great appetite for League of Ireland. You see it around the country now, so I just hope the fans from both sides get out and hopefully we can put on a good performance for everyone, you know.
How important, finally for me, Richie, how important not to drop more points now Friday night in front of probably another huge crowd?
Yeah, it's huge. Every game is like that, you know. Like, look, we set out every game to win, you know. But then you sit back, obviously, look, the disappointment of not picking up 3 points on Saturday. Then you reflect on the game itself, and you look at the merits of what happened within that game, you know. And probably a point was fair enough in terms of the way the game panned out. So look, we just need to do a little bit more, take our chances. Obviously, look, defensively we've been fine. So hopefully, you know, the goals will come and we'll start putting points on the board, you know.
Cheers, Rich.
Thanks, Trev.
But you're Alec Byrne and George Haven any closer to their backs?
Alec's still in boot, so I think he'll be hopefully out of the boot in the next 2 weeks, and pretty soon then he'll be on the grass, so it'll be a quick one for him once he's out. So hopefully he'll be back on the grass by the end of the month, you know. That we're probably looking at that. George's coming along nicely. George has been training with us this week. He's doing a bit with the football now as well and stuff. So George's getting closer, yeah.
He'll be back quicker, so
yeah, he'll be back quicker. It's just getting him back up to match speed, you know. Yeah. That'll be it, you know.
Going into the 2 matches at the weekend, I would say they're 2 derbies. Look forward to. Do you notice on the training ground a kind of a heightened level of anticipation and commitment among the players? Which such big games coming up for you?
Yeah, you know, I think the boys are excited to play at home all the time, you know, no matter who it is. But obviously, look, there's a little bit extra because obviously lads would know a few of the players on the opposition as well, you know. So there's going to be a bit of that as well, like, you know. But no, training's been good again this week. You know, the boys are training well. Today was a good session, and look, we'll hopefully be ready now for Friday night, you know.
So I want to play in it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But does that make picking the team a little bit harder for you?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It's about managing obviously the workloads of the players as well, you know, because obviously it's a quick turnover for 2 games, and then we're going into another game on the Friday after the treaty as well, so it's like 3 months of derbies in a row, you know, so that's going to take its toll physically and mentally on the players as well, you know. You know, so it's about just probably managing the squad properly, you know.